Hello dear friends, I'm Marina from MarsStars.net, and today I would like to talk about a very interesting astrological rule. It's fundamental, it's simple, but yet many people forget about it, or in some cases they don't know about it. I like to call this rule the 3 indications rule. And basically what it says is that in order to make some kind of conclusion, astrological conclusion, you need to find 3 indications which are pointing similar things or the same things. So it's very important, don't forget, you can't base your assumptions or your conclusions only on one indication, because you can make a mistake in this way. If you have one indication for something, there is an option for this thing to happen. If you have 2 indications for the same thing, then it's much more likely that this will happen. And if you find 3 indications pointing similar or same things in the chart, then it's really possible, or you can really make the conclusion that this will probably happen and this will manifest. So let me give you an example. Of course, that's related both to the natal chart interpretation and also to the prediction. One of the most common questions I receive is from people who have Saturn in 7th house or Saturn in 5th house, and they think that having Saturn in 7th house means they won't be able to get married, or having Saturn in 5th house means that they won't be able to have children. You can't make conclusions only on these one indications. For example, if you have Saturn in 7th house, but also the ruler of 7th house is in 12th house, and your Venus is hurt by Uranus, that's just an example, then in this case you can make the conclusion that probably relationships will be a challenging area for this person. There might be commitment issues or unavailable partners. Of course, there are many options here, but in this case we have 3 indications which suggests challenges in the area of relationships. That's how we can be, well, sure that there will be some challenges, and yet it doesn't mean that this person won't be able to get married, but we can be prepared that there will be challenges in this area. And let's say that Saturn is in 5th house, but also at the same time Saturn squares the ruler of 5th house, and also the moon, which is important for children, is in a very difficult position. Let's say in a town square, squared by Pluto or Mars, very tough position. So in this case, having all of those indications, we can suggest that probably there will be challenges with having children, probably there might be delays or some kind of difficulties. Again, it doesn't mean that the person won't be able to have children, but having 3 indications suggesting difficulties can really guide us in the direction that this person may experience challenges. And the same is applied when we talk about positive indications as well. Let's say that you have Jupiter in 6th house. Of course, this is a great indication, but based on that, we cannot say that the person will be incredibly successful in his career. On the other hand, if the person has Jupiter in 6th house, but also at the same time Jupiter makes trine with the Sun, and Jupiter makes sextile with the ruler of 10th house, or there is another positive combination which includes at least 3 indications, then we can be more sure that this person is really going to be successful in career. And as we said, when we talk about prediction, we apply the same rule. For example, let's say that you have the transit Jupiter in your 2nd house. Generally, this is great for your financial situation. You can expect increasement of your income, or some kind of positive events related to your resources. But only that fact is not enough. So we cannot say that everyone with Jupiter in 2nd house will be rich or incredibly successful in their finances. But on the other hand, if Jupiter transits your 2nd house, And at the same time, Jupiter makes trine with the ruler of your 6th house, and you also have Saturn making trine with the cusp of your 10th house, then in that case, having 3 indications, all suggesting success in career, in finances, work, responsibilities, higher social status, in that case, we can talk about prosperity and incredible success. So I hope it was clear, and guys, these are just examples. So it could be, you know, having some really different indications. It doesn't mean that you need to have those 3 specific indications, but remember, in order to find real conclusions, to make real conclusions based on astrological indications, you need 3 of them. And of course, in some cases we have contradictions, we have some positive aspects, we have other challenging aspects, and that's the beauty of astrology. It's an art because we have to combine all of that, and we need to find out which of them will be dominating in which areas during which life periods. So it's a lifelong mission. So I hope this rule will be helpful for you when you're interpreting your chart or interpreting someone else's chart. Let me know what you think about this, what's your experience in the comments, and I'll see you really soon.